guys, we're here at Old Palm here with Mr. Tony Ruggiero, a.k.a. the Dewsweeper. This guy is a coach that changed my career, changed my trajectory, and man, have we had a lot of laughs over the years.
Well, we've gotten a lot of good work in, but we've had a lot of fun doing it. That's one thing I can for sure say. We've had some great trips and a lot of fun time working, so I think people will see that.
Yes, definitely so. I think from our first lesson to where both of us are drinking a beer to, you know, some ups and downs.
That may not look good for me. You were in college at that time
well,
still. But
this
you
was
were at
off
LSU,
season.
though.
This was off season, so we can't judge. It's too early in the morning to be doing any of that, so we're gonna get to work this morning. But what we're trying to accomplish today, so I would say my golf swing has improved over the last couple years, but still there's some things I want to work on. You're up to date as far as where I'm at. I think what I'd like to accomplish today is kind of coming up with a bit of a blueprint of understanding my misses even a little bit more and try to figure out what shot shape matches the correct path and all the shots I'm looking to hit. So you got a great setup here at
awesome.
Old Palm. You got Swing Catalyst, you got TrackMan, you got a lot of things that we can use as far as just general technology and data.
Yeah, I mean, I think nowadays to teach anybody, but especially folks like you've got to have everything, have all the resources. So we've got all that stuff, so we'll have some fun with it.
And even fitness bands. I mean, what do we?
Well, I mean, I tried to get Colby to come out, but yeah, I mean, obviously, and same with you. I mean, a big part of my development as a teacher came. I was talking the other day from our early work when I met Colby, right? And he changed a lot of how I teach and how I understand how the body moves. So it's been an interesting journey. We're all kind of intertwined.
Yeah, I know.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Greg Carton, psychologist. We got Colby Touye, obviously works with so many pros with their fitness, and then of course Tony. Yeah. So let's get to work.
All right, let's do it. Hit a couple for me, and then we'll sit and let's just take a look and ask some questions and find some answers.
This is a 7-iron. And just to let you know, I'm showing up with a different swing thought than I thought I would have, so we'll see where we end up today.
I wouldn't say that's new. That was a good shot.
Not bad for the old pro. What I'm trying to figure out today is how can we get the club face for me to be a little stronger on the downswing. I'd like to get my backswing to where it doesn't get sucked in quite as inside, and just make sure I'm not too steep. Like that's kind of where I'm at right now figuring this out. This is always nerve-wracking as a player when the coach is looking at your first video, because when he's looking at it all, you're like, oh God, please don't give me something.
I'm one of the nicest.
I mean, that's as good as I can do for a swing, for just to get started.
It actually is pretty good. I mean,
a little thinning on the heel, that was okay. It went pretty straight.
Yeah, I mean, but again, I think, you don't want to curve it tons, but you don't like it really curving left.
No.
So you want a path that's to the left. And so, we just commented the one before, I think your path was 0. It's 0.4 to the left, so it's marginally to the left. But it's good. I like that being fairly neutral because it gives you a little more versatility. So I like that. That's to me,
better.
That's significantly better than what the last videos you sent.
That was my swing thought today. Was to see if I can get the club head a little bit more outside my hands instead of too far behind.
So where I think you get the face open is in here, if you notice. So that club's up on top of your right forearm, and you see how there's a bend in your right wrist there, and that's flattened your left.
Is that good?
That's great, because that's what squares the face. Now, I think that face and that club is as good as I've seen it in a while from you. So I like that swing thought that you have. Now, if I'm being critical here,
which we'd allow you to be. Are you looking at Swing Catalyst while you're looking at? So are you looking at, what is this data over here?
So I use this a little. I use this as measurements more like, so torque is rotational force, right? verticals pushing against the ground up and down, and horizontals.
I've never
obviously.
had a low amount of that. I feel like that vertical.
No, but that's one reason you generate a lot of speed and you have the ability to hit it. But I look at this as like, obviously, you know, from our work over the years, I teach a lot of rotation, a lot of pivot. Would love to see that go up if we do some things right. And then when I look at this video right here, see, I think right there, if you look at your pressure,
That's the pressure in your feet, right?
So here, I think, you know, heels, toes, left foot, right foot. Right off the ball, you're not even halfway back, and all that pressure has shifted to the right. So it's shifted laterally, and it's shifted out towards your toes. Okay? And if you look at the video right there, to me, your hip really isn't being driven back by your chest yet, right? So
And at that point, you'd like,
I'd like your chest to turn and wind your hips better. I'd like to see how that right hip isn't getting that deep. Does better late. I think we've got to do a better job. See, I don't think you're turning your chest very much there. I think that's your arms swinging, and then you turn your chest late. So I think you need to turn your chest more and sooner.
okay.
Now, some of that could very well be residue from what you were trying to do with the path of the club,
I'm
right?
trying to get it more out and
So I
space a
think
little more.
the you know, the secret sauce here is to get you to get the club in that position, but doing it while your upper body winds it back.
Okay.
And if we can do that, then I think
Then the hips load quicker. The the
right.
golf swing doesn't have to
and I think,
keep going.
And I think too, Smiles, like I always go back to like with a player like you, like when I thought you played your best, right? And you obviously we've had stretches where you played great. And I always thought that when you played your best, your upper body wound and it got to here, and then it would wind your lower body deep into your right side.
So you're saying I had more chest rotation,
More chest turn.
earlier.
Yes, and then that drove or wound your right hip back, and that's what allowed you to be more structured at the top. I think your arms get going, and your chest doesn't turn enough, so they're not matched up, and that's why you get that little bounce. If you go back to me, I've watched these videos. We used to send them all the time, but I still, when I'm traveling, I'll pull up old videos, right? You know, and when you played your best, that club was so quiet at the top. There was no movement. And it always, you said something one time, it might have been Vegas. You're like, oh, from there, I feel like I can go as hard as I want and I won't hit it offline.
Yeah, that's good.
And that's a good feeling for a good
great
player,
feeling.
right? Great.
It's a great feeling.
We hadn't maybe had it in a while. So I think we want to feel like, and so come here and do this, because now that you mentioned, so, you know, this is obviously Colby stuff, but if you pull this back with your chest, you should feel that. Really let your chest turn, pull it back with your chest, and let that drive your hip. You feel how much that chest is turning?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. And I think that's a great feel. I think if we can get your rib cage here to wind, and you think about your rib cage as a unit and get it to turn and wind.
So is this late?
It's late.
So my arms are going, and this
correct.
is basically in the same spot.
And
so
if
I put a little ticker on this. It just
if you go to an old field that you had, you know, your old field was more like this would kind of sit on your rib cage.
But I used to roll it a lot
you rolled
more.
it. Yeah, right? So
We're trying to fix that face today.
we don't want the face to open, but we just want your arms and your body to start together with your chest going back.
All right, so a couple like slow ones to kind of
Yep.
get the feel.
And overdo the feel of your chest turn again. And you know, I think
Okay.
in this phase, you don't really care where it goes. What'd that feel like?
Really good.
Yeah, I mean, you know, path was a little more in to out, but that looked crazy different with your upper body going back.
It's always good. I feel like when you're trying to make changes to get the feeling at a slower speed.
Well, you know, obviously, we've talked some. We were talking on the phone, and there's that doctor that I met that is a neurosurgeon and neuroscientist, and explained to me how the brain learns. And if you go full speed, with a club and a ball, you're going to do what you know how to do. It's a movement pattern. It's what your brain knows. It goes into performance mode. So to change that, at some point we've got to slow down so you can train a different pattern, which stuff like that helps. But I think as we get older, one of the best things is to go slow, just full motion, but slow speeds. And you were always great with, if you could get a feel for something, you were great being able to go play with it.
Right.
And we had numerous conversations over the years on a Monday or a Tuesday, and we're like, you got to give me a feel. And then once you get the feel, like, you didn't need me the rest of the week.
No.
Right? It's just getting you the feel. So
I think I'm most impressed that you can carry on a conversation with a neurosurgeon. I think that to me is something we should be proud of.
He does
as a
drink
unit.
beer. So look at the different, like if you go here, see, to me, that right hip is going
loaded.
back more.
Yeah.
That hip's wobbling up, right?
It's funny you say that, because I always feel like almost like I run out of, like I move laterally, and then it feels like I almost bounce into my right hip because I'm just trying to balance myself from keeping on going too far to the right.
And here's what I like. Look at the structure at the top. You see how your arms run?
And it gets worse with driver.
Yes,
it just keeps going.
A bunch, right? And then that club bounces. And I think when that club bounces, it opens a little.
And gets narrow.
And narrow, right?
All right, I'm gonna swing three to five more with that same feel. So I would rehearse that, if anything, my miss, I was doing too much of arms, rib cage is staying here, my pressure in my foot.
Right. And
so the
look,
feeling would be more.
So you're winding this, but still keeping the club outside your hands.
Yeah.
Right?
That face never felt like it was ever getting open. And that's so important for me.
I felt like I knew going back that was probably gonna pull left, but that was because you significantly turned your upper body back more and you just didn't know to go that way. I thought that was great, actually.
So like I'll have to relearn how to get from here to now it's
correct.
Getting to that left side better probably too. So when that pressure really gets into that toe early in the right foot, does that stall your hip turn?
Yeah, you don't have any leverage to push off, right?
So that feeling I need to have initially off the ball is almost that the weight is more in the middle of my foot, so I have room to get into my heel.
See, and I think this drill would help you. Hold on one second. I'm going to use a stick here. And watch, we'll do this. And if I put this on the ground, put your arches right in the middle though, okay? So now it's a little bit of an uneven. Now make a backswing. You want to feel the pressure as you turn your chest, wind straight down that stick so you can feel where it is, right? Now from that, go to the top. Now from there, just push off your right foot straight down that stick. Feel that?
Yeah.
Push straight down that. There.
Yeah, that's sweet. You know, I saw Aaron Rye recently doing this drill, and he's a fantastic ball striker. And I couldn't figure out exactly what he was trying to accomplish with putting a stick in the middle of your feet. And I asked his caddy, and he said that he was working on just basic balance points. And now it kind of makes sense, because I really do feel that in the middle of my foot, I'm able to differentiate between when I'm getting too much into my toes right from the get-go. That's not 60%. I start to feel pretty good. Kind of sending it a little bit. Wow, that looked amazing in that halfway down position in the downswing. Face looks so.
I love that. right? Club head's on top of the plane. Hips are getting wound better. And here's what I like. Look at the pressure in the whole foot.
Versus the first video.
Look at everything's coated.
Wow, look at that. So that was what I was feeling, like super toe heavy.
And you just look at how much more you're pushing into the ground there, right? And then you look here how the pressure out of the top shoots a little more to the toe, whereas here it goes more straight across.
Yep.
Right? And I think for you, that's a big deal.
What does that do to the handle when you go push more towards your front toes sooner in your downswing? So make you have to back up?
Yeah, I think if you go too much to the toe, if you get out into your toes, I mean, I don't think you've got leverage to push against the ground. And I think you start going that way. Whereas I think if you're wound into this right foot, then you're able to push off of it. And as I push off this foot, it makes my left hip go around, and then I can release my upper body free, which is what you always did great. It's like great, and you covered it with your trunk.
Yes. I love this drill though with the club between my feet. I'd still like want to
show you one more drill to help you with your trunk.
Yep.
So if you pull this tight across your chest. There you go. Now, you want to just wind your rib cage back over your right, and you feel that pressure go down the sling. Feel that one. Go back and suck. Like keep this knee a hair climber. There you go. You feel that?
I think that was probably the best one. As far as just a slow 60-70% swing, I felt like there was no bounce in it from the top.
Distance is fairly close to your full one before.
Really?
It's 6 yards.
It's way better.
Way better there. And you see here, like this is something, to me, if you look at the club head, your hands and your chest,
they all seem to be moving together.
How they're working together in unison. And then that allows that wrist to hinge and the right arm to fold because they're working together. Look how much less runoff there is and how much more structured it is. See to me how you look like you've dipped down here. I know that's a little
scary,
right? See how you're dipped, right?
I'm just more balanced, it looks like.
Way more balanced, right? Club's clearly shallowing out. And that club face is nice and square there.
All right, let's see if I can get a couple more. Maybe go up a bat or two.
Ready.
Player detected. Sweep when ready.
We got all the tech, T. Yeah, a little thin, but not too bad.
Okay, you look at how deep you are. But the reason I use this stuff is because you can take this home, and this tells you tour averages. I don't always get caught up in that because everybody's different. But it tells us it's a great baseline. You see how your pelvis turn at the top is 89 degrees. So look, or chest turn, excuse me. That's barely on the low end of tour average, right? Okay, so we know we've increased it. So we could do more of that. But you start looking at that type of stuff. It just gives you a good measurement. But like you can clearly see there how good that is wound at the top.
Yeah.
So like that to me is as deep as we've gotten your right hip back. And for you, a good thing to notice is the hip is back, not up.
Love the way that's starting to look in the downswing. That face, you can see the face more.
Right.
Versus like where you can tell when it's open.
And here too, look how you're in the middle of your feet. Your feet look on the ground, Feet look on the ground, but your hips are separating from your upper body. See how your hips are more rotated open than your upper body is?
Yeah.
That's great for you because the high yaws come when everything's There's no separation and you're leaned over there and then you have to back out. Look at that.
Looks really good.
That's as good as ever. And so look, your left wrist is flat. It's turned down so that the face is square. And look at all the space.
Yeah, there's that face is just kind of matched way more up with mud. And I just need to keep going.
Keep going with
Yeah.
keep going.
Right? And so look, I'm gonna give you something similar. So I think it's good if you've got stuff to go do at home, because you're good about doing this stuff. So we got the drill for going back, that you did this going through. And rotate over the extending, your posture was just slide this back. So that makes
You see that?
pressure over there.
That's the Scotty Shepherd thing right there, right?
Push the Dewsweeper pivot pack. You get them on Amazon. And
All right, so I know we're gonna be balanced here. We're gonna go.
there, go through.
Slide and then do that again. And then as you do that,
And then let it post. Feel that?
and then you learn to hold it. And now look, you're wobbling or you're having a hard time holding yourself over there. That's Colby's job, right? That's getting more.
I think I just get to end of range.
Yeah. And so you've got to do some more stuff with him in the gym that develops a little more mobility in there. And also, I mean, look, you just flew from Mexico. Like so.
You know I got in the gym this morning.
Oh, I go get back to your spot there.
Can I crank a couple 7-irons?
Yes,
See how I
you can do whatever you want now.
All right. You know how quickly I want to get away from drills, but
Yeah,
I always
no.
like to see how it feels here, and then I want to hit some off the turf,
Perfect.
because that's when you really can tell. Pretty good.
Smylie, the face is so much better at the top, and it's shallowing out more coming down.
I just feel really balanced on halfway back. I don't feel like I'm falling over.
Mm-hmm.
The hips feel like they're turning.
That was good, bud.
Yeah, I'm not really having to think a whole lot either, which is pretty wild. I think what's been good for me though, T, with the little amount of reps that I get to have these days,
Yep.
I still try to build in, 4 or 5 times a week of being able to get in the gym to work on
It's huge.
mobility, to where when I get here, I can still, do all the things that you want me to be able to do. I think a lot of us feel like you want to get to certain positions, but sometimes your body won't allow you to. I mean, that's just starting to feel like I can go at it.
Yeah.
Does it look like I have more speed?
Yeah, because to me, you just look so much more wound with your upper body. I think one of the mistakes people make in trying to turn is they just kind of everything goes together off the ball and they twist, and you look at it on video and you're like, well, hell, my hips turning or whatever, but you're not loading against the ground. Those look like your upper body's winding and it's pushing pressure against the ground.
That was out of the middle.
That was awesome.
Yeah, I feel that stick, and then just the feel for me is the rib.
Yeah.
If I can feel like this rib is moving with my chest and arms,
That's it.
that's all I need to worry about.
Yeah, and if you do like that stick, right, it's just a good barometer to help you feel where the pressure's going. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Just gives you feedback, and feedback is so important, especially when you don't practice every day. You don't have time to hit balls every day.
All right, I got a 4-iron here.
Here we go.
All right,
Your right foot slipped going back.
I got that shot.
It's all right, we're good at that. We're good at that. I've seen one of those before.
But it felt like I got too much into my right toe, and then I felt like I had more of that bounce, which I think opens the face.
I agree 100%. What I saw is not only to go to the outside of the foot or to the toe, but it got to the outside of the foot. Like I saw your right foot almost roll a hair. Pretty common though, people trying to
Really?
get back
Like
there.
people
Yeah.
trying to turn and
Yeah.
stay balanced? Some more.
Yep. Just feel like that rib cage is turned. That's it. Yeah.
Do you like to feel your arm almost like it's
Love it for you.
like on it? I'm not quite as worried about like getting the face, because if I just keep it right here, it kind of just takes care of it.
Well, I think a lot of the twisting of the face is from the arms going without your chest, and then your instincts are to make the club go around, and you do it by rolling the face.
Okay.
So you keep them all together and just wind into that right hip. That face was beautiful at the top.
Boy, that's a good one to look at.
Yeah, that was smashed.
Just a perfect feel for exactly what you're talking about. God, that went 214 4-iron, and I felt like I was just babying it.
Look at that, clearing out. Look at that pressure in the whole foot.
Yeah.
Definitely more pressure against the ground. See, I think you're more turned over your right side there, upper body over there. See how your knees are spaced a little better?
Yep.
That's, you know, this knee action there comes when you kind of shift and slide out to the toes, whereas here your lower body's more underneath you and you're winding your upper body against it. That's one of the things I look for all the time, is the space between the knees going back. If they stay pretty constant, you're winding your upper body up. For sure deeper there.
Gosh, that's better.
Way better, right? And you can start seeing how we're starting to see like the little bit more of your left butt cheek. You're getting more separation. Club's exiting more
Better.
around. Yeah, no, those are great. Whatever that feel was, that rib, it's like your rib cage and your elbow, they're together. They just wind into your right side.
Like, what about setup when you feel like you're almost starting to reach, like
Yeah,
and your
so-
weight gets on your
yeah,
toes
so
almost?
do this. This is a good thing I learned. I'll show you how to fix this, right? This is a great test for you to do when you're practicing. Go all the way on your toes, all the way your heels, and just find center. You can find the middle by rocking back and forth. Let your brain kind of calibrate you.
There you
That's
go.
right in the middle of your feet there. Now wind your rib cage. Smylie, we're back.
It's funny, the feeling of not rotating and turning. It could just be imbalances and just basic setup right at the get-go. You know, get that weight on your toes, and then you're kind of fighting to try to get your
Last drill I'm gonna give you, but you can do these in the gym at home, right? So stand on those, right? Make a back swing nice and slow, doing exactly what you're doing. So you can feel if you shift or go out towards your toes. You gotta stay perfect.
Wow. Boy, that's where I want it too.
Right. See that?
Do you ever have players hit balls with these things on?
You know what? Rick Lamb did it one time, and I thought I was gonna pass out. Why? I was scared to death. I was gonna have a guy hurt himself, but he did. He actually does similar to that, and then he just turns and chips them out. Right? It's pretty good.
Well, let's just try it for science. You got here at a good time, Charlie.
Watch this. Hold my beer and watch this.
Yeah, it looks so good at the top.
Right?
I'm not dipping down with my chest.
Look at the difference. Massive, right?
Yes, I just don't look like I'm leaned over, right? Like towards the golf ball. I just feel like I'm underneath.
And I think one of the things that people don't pay enough attention to is balance. You know, and I just think Colby and I were talking about this. Like, I mean, it's an athletic movement. You don't ever see great athletes out of balance
Right.
in any form, even when they're trying to create speed, right? Like, you look wound into that right hip, balanced. Obviously, I mean, you're standing up, but you're taller. You haven't dipped. And then when you look at it from this view, look how much taller your head. I mean, you're just more up. And look at the spacing there in your knees. Look how much more stable your lower body is.
Wow.
It's awesome. And then, I mean, you go here, just even with that, look how much more you go over to your left
Boy.
because you're in balance.
I think it's good though to have good drills to be able to take in your technical practice. And I think if we're gonna break them down into 3 or 4 drills, the first one to me, and this is, I think a lot of people when they go to lessons, they're told like, okay, you need to fix your club face, you need to fix this position, but everything that I'm gonna take away from this is what are the body mechanics that I can do to get myself more balanced to where I don't have to think about the face, what this is feeling, like this is just a feel.
Correct.
But all the other things I can train and do, you know, I don't have the time to hit as many balls.
And I think I think the beauty of, you know, how you and I've worked over the years, and from what I've learned from Colby and different things is, like if we can get if you've got a good grip and a good club face going back, which you do, and you're set up well, if we can teach you to move your body correctly, generally speaking, the club kind of goes where it's supposed to, right? But then more importantly for you, if I can give you 2 or 3 things that you can do away from the golf course, when you take that 30 minutes or an hour in the morning before you go do the broadcast, you're actually working on your golf swing.
Yeah.
And that was the beauty of what I said. Tells me the other day, like with Colby, like he was the first person ever that when you would go to the gym at a tour event, he'd text me, what are you and Smylie working on? And I would tell him, and your whole workout was geared towards making you do that. And then you'd always come back out after the workout and you were hitting it better. That's why I like the events he went to. There we go.
Player detected. Swing when ready.
Good?
Yep.
Swing detected.
I used to play on this.
God, that looks really good.
Now that looks like vintage Smylie right there.
That position's so good.
I'm not, those numbers are gonna be low because I can't.
You can't do it as
Because I
much,
don't
but
have
it
the
looks
ground.
great, right?
Yes.
But it looks awesome. And I'll get you all that stuff.
I just see
right?
the chest isn't as bent
That's
over.
where you used to be. You know, it'd be interesting. I'll go find an old video. I guarantee you, if we put that one at the top with one in Augusta,
Yeah.
it's similar. I mean, I know what that looked like at the top.
All right, let's sum it up, T. Let's
All right,
get
go
let's
ahead.
get all of our drills. So, number 1 would be I can do this in the gym.
Easy.
I can hit a couple. Nobody's gonna bring these out unless you're working on your golf swing. These would be honestly something that's great that you can just keep, you know, at home that you could feel just as balance points.
Worst case, if you use those, your setup would be perfect every time because you'd be balanced. I mean,
Exactly.
so that's the worst that's going to happen.
But if you can't do that, the one way you can kind of get that feeling is get set up. I was feeling like I was too much onto my toes. So how do we kind of find this balance of not having to deal?
I think you rock to your
back.
heels, then your toes, heels and toes, and you'll find center.
And then the next thing we can do is we put this stick down. Seen plenty of tour pros do this.
Correct.
So same deal. Now I can really feel it in my toe,
Yeah.
like right in the middle.
Go ahead and hit one there, partial speed like that.
Okay.
I would just play like that.
All right, and then let's get your pivot, your Dewsweeper pivot pack.
Yeah, you got to have
That's the other feel as far as just the rib cage
it. I
and
think
the
doing
chest moving
these-
together.
I think doing that, going back, and then the one going through, I think is just great to put in. You can do that in the gym as well.
I just feel that chest is winding up
Yep.
earlier, and then my hip feels like it's going back, my right butt cheek. And then the through side, which is now, if I could see this, I can train the right side of this, which is back, chest is through the ball. This is that Scotty move. I mean, explain that. Why does this move work so good?
Well, I mean-
as far as just being able to control the bottom.
Well, I think it shows you how much he's pushing off the ground.
Yeah.
And he's also, you know, we've all watched recreational golfers, right? And you see them like this coming into it, right? His foot's going like that because look how much he's pushing over towards the right, right? He's got to be pushing that way. In fact, he's off balance sometimes going through it, you know?
Sometimes.
Giving him the credit. It's working. It's working. I mean, I remember at the PGA last year, I was there with Andy and we played 2 holes with him before it rained.
Yeah.
And I was asking Randy, his longtime coach, I was like, what do y'all, he's like, same 3 things, 2-3 things for 5. I mean, I was like, I wouldn't mess with it either.
Is there any other drill that you would recommend for me besides, so we have all the body mechanics type of stuff. Is there anything else that you would say that in a controlled environment, before we start judging a golf ball, so we talked about the 60-70% going slower. Is there anything else that you would say for me would be something that I can do in a controlled environment before we start judging where that ball goes?
Judging the ball, you want backswing or forward swing?
Either.
So look, I think this is good. Get set up. This is for backswing. I think hold this. You're going to use the club with this. I think this is another great one. And hold that in that hand. All right. So now you've got to turn and wind your chest. And then at the top, you feel the band stretch. There you go. And I would try to feel it stretch a little more away from your nuts. And because that'll give you that'll help take that bounce out. And if it's not enough tension, you just choke down on it.
So this controls the bounce for me. This is the arm runoff?
Controls the arm runoff. It also sneaky makes you hinge and fold your right arm correctly because you can't do it. You go against that tension without it.
Wow.
Right, so each time you do one of those, you're getting better at how you swing the golf club.
Okay.
And I think that's plenty.
All right, it's not complicated, right? Like
It's how your body moves, right?
This isn't like, all right, we need to get from P1 to P2 and then this position.
And there's people that think like that, right? And
But we're not that smart.
Well, I always tell folks too, though, like we joke, but not every player is great with every teacher, right? Like I couldn't teach Bryce.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'd jump, I mean, but you finding the right players and the right combo. But yeah, I mean, my belief system is your pivot is what moves the club and delivers it. And if I can get your body to move correctly and get you set up, then I think we got a good chance to deliver the club.
All right, let's go hit some golf balls.
Let's go hit some drivers.
Yeah.
I mean, if that goes far enough at that speed, I'd turn pro again. I mean, because that's pretty good.
That was really good. I feel like my trunk isn't as much getting that way, which is why I understand my hips don't turn as good.
So I think you go like when you're not turning this and your pressure's going out there, I think you go that way trying to balance yourself, right?
That's all it is.
Whereas if your spine's steady,
I know I'm not going to go this way
and you're in the middle of your feet and you just wind around it. Smashed right there, bud.
Dude, that's so good.
Maybe a tad chunky.
Yeah,
but good.
I mean, I'm not complaining about that.
Swing
That might have been the best one at the top. Look at that, club still on your hands.
Wow, look at that.
Look how stable the club is. It's as good as it's been in a long time at the top.
Just see that right leg is just in a way better spot.
Look how deep you're into that, but you've maintained the flex. You haven't done it by straightening. That's beautiful for you.
Yeah, I just hit a little pull, which is exactly what that was. You can see just the path got a little...
Got a hair, so I would tell you that was would be
it's a left to right wind, which is pretty typical to want to do that.
Right, and I think you get that, and it's a little more separation out of the top, a little more of that would have shallowed it a hair more.
I haven't been able to feel that because I haven't been balanced enough to feel it.
Yeah. Better at the top, isn't it?
I just feel way more wound. All right, back to the 4-iron.
You should kiss me after that one. How about that, baby?
That was pretty good.
So what feels different with that?
Man, it's all set up. Like I just feel I didn't realize how unbalanced I was over the
Isn't it
golf ball.
crazy how different, how you can not know that and how big a difference that makes?
I just feel like I actually have a chance to feel like my chest doesn't dip down. I didn't know why. I always felt when I watched my head would go down. I didn't realize the reason why, because
Just trying to balance yourself.
yeah, you're really just trying to stay centered and not fall over.
Good miss.
Yeah, just a little thin.
Well, you remember my old mentor Hank from all your years in Birmingham, and he had a saying that still goes to what you said. It's that the body's #1 job is to not fall down, right? And so if you're out of balance at the start, everything you're going to do from there is to find balance going back.
A little chunky.
Keep that left knee, those knees a hair quieter going back.
I was actually trying to feel it that time.
Yep. That was smashed. Pull this up and hit one with it just above your kneecaps.
Yeah.
That's a great way to stabilize that lower body.
I must say, I gotta give a shout out to the ZXi5. This thing just launches straight up in the air. That was like the best swing I've made in a long time, that swing.
So if you remember your chest turn on the first one was like 90 something
Yeah.
degrees, right? That was 105.
105. So there's a little bit of Gumby in that upper body if we can unleash it.
Right, but it shows you, you're gonna see this right here. Look how much more stable your lower body is and how much your upper body's winding back.
Look at that. Look how much torso rotation there is.
That's good work there, bud.
All right.
Smylie, that's perfect at the top, bud.
Yep.
I just think it's interesting, you talk about the face and the stuff at the top. To fix the top, we've got you more balanced below and stabilized your lower body so you can wind your upper body, right? Instead of just trying to fix the face and fix your arms going back. Not bad. Start the backswing a little more with your chest, not your chest and your hips together.
Not your chest and your hips together.
Correct. That one was a hair more together than that really, really good iron shot. Yep. That was your best backswing. That was awesome. You're getting some structure up there. That looked awesome from
So what's
here.
the difference? So the first one you said like the hips were.
They go together. You went like this instead
Off
of
the ball?
really yep. And it loses a little structure.
That's like the opposite of what I was doing at the beginning, right? Like wasn't I going too much arms?
Well, you were
and-
going like this, and then everything kind of went together.
Okay, everything
Yeah.
was weight.
Just cleaning up sequence a little. That was awesome.
Got the bird. Oh.
That was great, though. Out of the center.
Yeah, that was really good. Right side of the teaching bay thing at the end. That's my target, but out of bounds over the trees right. We'll see where we're at.
You'd take that.
Right there.
You'd take that with trouble on the right.
Golly.
We'd have paid a lot of money for some of those at times.
All right, Tony,
We did it.
I got better.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just this overly complicated way of going about it. It's about how can you have some type of structure as far as just being able to do things away from the course, at the golf course, especially for me, who's somebody who doesn't get the same amount of time, be able to touch the clubs as much. So I feel like I have some really good things to work on. Appreciative of you, appreciative of Old Palm, for us to be able to come out to this fantastic facility. We're moving on up in the world, aren't we?
We're doing good, buddy. We're doing good. It's a great spot. Glad to be here, and it was awesome seeing you. It was good stuff, man.
All right, who knows? Come back.
It's a comeback.
I don't know.
let me tell you I'll give you the full spiel, right?
Mm-hmm.
36 years old, wrong side of neck surgery, 2 kids, 2 years old, 4 months old, very limited time to practice. So I think similar to some of the stuff you're talking about with Smylie, it's like, how do I find stuff that I can just kind of take with me that's simple on the course and get ready to go? I kind of bounce anywhere between like a 1 or a 2 and like a 5 or 6, somewhere
That's
in there.
good.
So it's something.
Yeah.
The thing for me that I just always try to get back to is just the right tempo.
I'm just gonna cut in here. Wedge shanks.
This is why we need to have you mic'd up. We had a summer bout of the wedge shanks, which I think we're past now. I think we're past the wedge shanks.
He's a really, really good driver of the golf ball. He does a lot of things very well in his swing, but he might have a 20 handicap follow through. So if we can make him look more like a tour pro, I try to get him in that bad headspace before we go play.
That's just great, yeah. Now Smiley's got me inside my own head now. I'm like,
He does that on purpose. I don't know if you know this.
he really does.
All right, let's look at that. Come on over
Okay.
here. What shape shot do you want to play?
Well, it's funny you say that. So like, prior to kind of strengthening the grip up, I hated the shot shape. It was just kind of this high, spinny cut type thing. And now I'd like to see it more go right to left now, but like I'm okay with not hitting these balloon spinny cuts. If it's like a straight ball, it's a straight ball, but it's just, yeah, it comes over the top a lot, it feels like. Here we go, here's commentator, man, back in the mix.
I'm just looking at numbers here. I don't see draw in these numbers.
Yeah, no.
So you seeing
Agree.
draw is, I think, first and foremost, something that we need to get rid of, that thought.
If you watch this,
Yeah,
your right leg straightens right off the ball.
okay.
And then from there, you get no more pressure back there. And you see how that's all kind of lit up yellow? There's really nothing pushing against the ground. And so watch, your right leg straightens.
Okay.
And then watch how the club just starts lifting and going up. And then as that happens, you've actually barely got any pressure behind the ball. And you kind of look tilted out that way. And then because your leg straightens out of the top, you got to reflex it to be able to go, and it makes the club too steep and from the outside.
Good luck hitting a draw from there.
It's hard to hit a draw. If you do, it probably starts left and goes left.
I've got that shot.
So let's get you to keep your right knee flexed
Okay.
and turn your chest back more. This only stings for a little bit. Just a backswing, but maintain the flex.
So you want me to keep it flexed there?
Yeah, and turn your chest. There you go. How's that look, Hack? Any better?
Better there?
Yeah.
Looks more loaded, right?
Yeah. Keep that
Better
flex.
there?
Yeah, keep that flex. You feel that?
Yeah, I
And
feel
then
that.
look at how there's more pressure into the ground. You see that? So now pull the ball over
Okay.
and hit one 60%. Did that feel any different?
Yeah.
Watch this at the top. See the difference? See how you
Yeah.
turn deeper? And see how there's less lift to the club?
So you also want to kind of just feel on the way back, just that's kind of that flex feeling
Yep.
all the way up.
I'm gonna give you one other thing.
Okay.
Get in there and get set up. Actually take the
No ball or
no,
yeah.
no ball, no
okay.
club. Get in your
ball.
golf swing.
Okay.
Put this up against your chest. Left hand up against your chest like this.
Like this? Okay.
Yep. Now get in your golf posture.
Okay.
Now turn towards the camera behind you.
Okay, like
and
this?
Stretch your arm. Yep.
Like
and then
this?
stretch your left arm out.
Okay.
There you go.
Like there?
Just like that. There
Like
you go.
there, okay.
Yeah. Good. Do that again.
Okay.
Yeah. Put it up near your
Put it up here,
chest.
okay.
And turn. And stretch.
Okay, okay,
There
yeah.
you go.
Yeah,
you feel
okay.
that?
Ooh,
Yeah.
doggy.
I
Let
like
that
that.
Butterburger eat.
There you go.
I'd go for a
So
Butterburger
this
right
is
now.
great for, like you talked about, traveling at the
Yeah.
hotel. You can do this, right? And then if you go to Smiley's Disc, see, you guys can travel together and just take these as a couple.
We get bunk beds.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know why you wouldn't. I've roomed with him a few times.
Okay.
All right, so
okay,
now,
here we go. Here we go. Balance
so now,
board.
yeah, now put it up near your chest.
Okay.
Turn And then you got to learn to
Oh, there, compadre.
All right.
Smylie, come hold this for 1 second. I'm going
Let's
to help
keep
him
our
do it
feet
better.
inside the boat, man.
All right. So, well,
All right,
I'm not a
so
seasoned vet.
make a fist.
Okay.
Make a fist
Okay.
with that. Now watch.
okay.
Turn. And stretch. There we go.
Okay, there we go. All right.
Yeah, good, right? So
I'm not like a D1 athlete like these other boys out here.
All right.
Yeah, feel that? Good.
Okay, all right.
There you go.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna get there.
Yeah, good. You see how much different your lower
Yeah.
body is?
Yeah.
So now hit a couple.
Okay.
Make it feel like that.
Whoa, went left.
There was no right curve in that at all.
Yeah.
And it was just pulled fractionally.
Yeah. So it's that push move there, and that flex.
A setup. I'm gonna give
Okay.
you the old Dewsweeper spine tilt.
Here we go.
All right, so get your out a little more.
Okay, well,
There
out.
you go. Hold on. And I'm gonna get right like this.
Okay.
So that gets the base of your spine a little more in front of the top of your spine.
Okay.
Now go ahead and make that backswing.
Looks like he's adding the flex late. Like he's trying to.
He's got it.
He's like-
that one for sure.
I saw the knee
He
bend at
straight
the
leg
top.
and then he flexed. Yeah, get flexed at address, get into your feet, and then maintain the
Would
flex.
the band around his knee help him? I feel like that would.
We just did that.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, but it's a practice. So hold on.
Keep it flexed, but then like when I'm coming down, I can't lose the flex in the knee at any point. Is that kind of what you're
Well,
saying?
yeah, when you're going through, you're going to push off
Right.
and straighten it.
Yeah, that was way better.
Okay.
So watch this. See, everything's more in line,
Man, I love that.
right? You know what Smylie was saying, it doesn't have to be complicated and you don't need a lot to work on. You need to know how to monitor it. But you can do stuff like that. You can take a band and put that, you can put that in the door, loop it, and put your leg in it and make swings in a hotel.
Yeah.
Meaning you can just do it as pivot drills without the club. And if I think the more you did on balance disc would help you. I think it would help your setup. So get in there, feel like I'm pulling that knee because that makes you flex it and engage and get into the ground.
Okay.
Smylie picked up on it on that swing before, or 2 swings ago. You've got to get into your knees in the ground before you swing. You get straight-legged and then you're trying to add flex,
It looks
right?
like at the end you're like, oh crap, I need to get flex.
So I think the thing that I worry about sometimes is I used to have, and this is where the shanks came in, is I used to have like a real swaying problem. So it's like almost what I'm trying to fight against in that leg is feeling like sometimes I'll kind of commingle a good turn with a slide, right? And maybe that's where I'm trying to get away from that. But it's like just figuring out how to feel that flex without slide, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, but part of you slide is because this locks and there's nowhere else to go. So you're trying to
bumping
get
that.
pressure over there and you're just shifting the hip.
All right.
You about ready to go play 100 hole?
I am. Yeah.
Charlie, I mean, I've never had a student do bad after a lesson. I'd go 200.
Whatever the Dewsweeper says, man, it's all gonna end up back in your pocket anyway.
Just don't take marriage advice. If you don't take marriage advice from me, you're probably okay.
That was better.
Yeah, for sure. See how the ball doesn't have near as much cut spin.
Yes, which I just hate. So, all right. How about it?
Good work, brother.
How about it, man?
Awesome.
Thank you.
See, you're a dew sweeper now.
Look at officially.
Yeah, it's official.